All right, so after we just remembered all these trig function definition of them, okay, we're going to, for the first time, I think, today, we're going to be able to apply, we're going to use these trig function to actually solve problems, like problems that you couldn't do before. So let's have a triangle, okay? Now, I know the hippo, yeah, the hypotenuse is 3 centimeters, meter, whatever. And I know, let me just going, yeah? I know that the angle here is 42, and I want to find x and y. I want to actually find that. Now, if you think about it, until you learn trig, you could never do that. You knew one side. If you had two sides, you can find the third using what theorem? Pythagoras. But now, having just one side, okay? Yeah, just one side and angle, we can figure out the rest. How are we going to do that? I'll just pause here for a second. So, Leo said very correctly, he said, okay, sin of 42 is the opposite over the hippo, okay? So it's y over 3. In other words, I can rearrange that, a little bit of algebra, y equals 3 sine 42. And now that I can solve. How do I do that? Remember we done that a couple lessons ago? How do I know what is sine 42?
We write it down.
Can we know? Do I know what is? I don't know what sine 42. How do I do it? You put it in the calculator. You put it in the calculator just like that. In fact, you will have a bracket there. So let's do that and find out how much it is. Right. So I'm getting here. Keep your calculators, guys. You still need them. So I'm getting 3,00. We only normally just have 2 decimal places. 2. Okay. 2,00. I only really need 2 decimal places. If there are, like there are now, just zeros, then I can just write 2. That's not a problem.
So since you round also it's 2,01.
Okay, all right. So 2,007. Okay, and thank you for that, Junaid. So we always need to round. So 2,007, 007, who's 007? James Bond. Should be written as 2,01. Okay, so just don't forget you need to round it up. Okay, right. How are we going to find x? I could use Pythagoras. Okay, once I have y equal 2,01 and 3, I can use Pythagoras, but that's too boring. Okay, let's use trig. Okay, so if y over 3 was sine 42, if I do x over 3, what is that going to be equal to? X over 3.
No, tan theta.
Cos sine of 1 of the length of the angle.
Who said somebody said it's cos, isn't it? It's cos, Peter. Well done. Okay. What is x compared to 42? Is the adjacent, is next to the 42. So x over 3 is cosine 42. And I'm just going to say something. At this point, don't write down what is cosine 42. Don't put that in the calculator because you're going to start rounding up things. You don't want to round up in the middle of a process. First of all, move the 3 to the other side. Write 3 cosine 42. And then just stick that into your calculator. What do we get? With the rounding, whatever. 2,23. We're all happy with that. Easy, isn't it? Okay, let's do some of that kind of exercise. Okay, so in question C, it's slightly different. They gave me 2 sides in a triangle, and they gave me the angle. And they actually asked me find the size of the angle. We want to find the angle. Okay, question, yeah. So let's look for a ratio. Okay, we want to find out theta. That's the purpose. Find theta. So let me start you like this: 7 over 9. What does that equal? Don't give me an answer like 0.8.
Sin theta.
Is it sin theta? It's tan. Okay, because the 7 is opposite, the 9 is adjacent, so that's tan theta. Now that is we call a trig equation. We have a trig function and we've got a number here, but we've never really solved that because what I want to do normally what I give you is I did, let's say, tan 42, and then you put that in the calculator and then you find out how much it is. But now I've got tan theta. Well, how am I going to put tan theta in your calculator? You can't. Here, I know the ratio, and I want to find the angle. All the questions so far, we knew the angle, and then we use the calculator to find the ratio. You see, it's the opposite. So what you got to do, okay, you look in your calculator, and you write down, okay, first of all, I'll write it down what it looks like, and then I'll get my calculator. You do tan minus 1. I'll show you what it is. First of all, just write it down like this. Tan minus 1, okay? 7 over 9, okay? Your theta, that's how you write it in your paper. I'll show you in the calculator how you do it. So your theta that we're looking for is basically tan minus 1, 7 over 9, okay? Now, where do we find this tan minus 1? Okay, yeah, you've got the tan button, but press shift first. Shift tan. Oh, first of all, you need to turn on the calculator. Shift tan. You can see it gives you tan minus 1. In your brackets, you write 7 divided by 9. Close the brackets. What do we get?
37.8.
That's it. Okay, 37,87 degrees. Give it a nice unit. Okay, so that tan minus 1, it's the inverse tangent. Okay, it helps you calculate the angle. Okay, that's all you really need to know. Let's practice it a bit, and then maybe I'll give you a little bit more explanation. That's not essential.